hear the sound of the bubbling brook. And those negative ions that come off of this that are actually very stimulating to the mind, because the divine operating through this physical body operates on oxygen. See, isn't that great? And when we focus on the mind and thinking, we use that oxygen that we need for ourselves to run this continual stream of thinking. And my topic is increase your self-love. Now, I'm not a new ager or an old ager or a time participant. No, I don't do the age game, because that's, again, the time game. And you use time to go beyond time, because then we limit ourselves in a sense of, obviously. So by whatever label, what we're identifying with. And increasing self-love is not about me, Terry, that label or name or vibration, sound, that are identifying this body, in a sense, but don't identify with that name, because the name isn't you. That's a label. So you don't need to defend your name, and that's always that. It says, oh, you have to, and in the age, and this whole word of self-love, I'm not talking about I need to love Terry. I am love. That is my nature. And all of our nature isn't the love that is lust, isn't the love that could turn into hate, because where is some of the greatest violence you're hearing about? In relationship, people who were lovers who were then haters because there was not real love that was there on one or either of the parts. There's other stuff going on. So in this self-love, it's not about increasing my love for this person, but it does increase it because I'm loving my greater self, that beloved, that divine, my divine partner, who is also your beloved, your divine partner, we have called God within. And I don't even mean to say the word source because it looks like we're created, but we're not a creation. We're eternal beings. So therefore, all of us, what we desire is love, because we desire to experience and be our real selves, because that's where the satisfaction is, the happiness. And so therefore, when we say fall in love, that means you fell down in a sense. In love with someone, you're making them the object of your happiness. And yes, it's true, because in relationship, the one who is giving the most always loves the most. The one who's taking and doesn't give never can get satisfaction, because they're not experiencing the love that, then these are labels or words, the person that they are. And you have to look at words have produced the greatest catastrophes that have ever been. Because when you believe the word, just like you believe you are the name, the vibration, the sound, and where are the printed letters, and then there are people who do gematria or numbers and such. And I differ from that idea that people say, oh, the universe is the language of the universe is numbers. No, the virtual reality is numbers, but not of the true divine. It's not. It's all personal. And that's why I'm a personalist. And an impersonalist is basically, they make themselves the center as the supreme God, when, yes, the supreme source or supreme creator, our beloved, absolute love, caring, all of this, is what we are part of and always have been. So we have all those same qualities. But we also have that freedom of choice. And in that moment, we choose whether we're going to honor ourselves or we're going to honor the thoughts or the words that we have given power to and said are real and absolute. And they're sounds, or they're letters, or they're written. And I have a new student who says that he really doesn't know how to read or write. And I think, well, maybe that's fine. For him, who could say that's not okay? Because it's who we are. So we have then all this, how to increase your self-love is to love the self, who is your beloved, and appreciating that relationship, acknowledging that, keeping yourself focused in the heart, and that is increase. And then notice when you're allowing yourself to love, and you'll notice maybe it's the dog or the cat or your plants, or because you're allowing yourself. That's why in nature it's so much easier in a sense to let down the shields and the masks and all the layers that we've put together that we think are us. Because these are labels, and everything we identify with, in a sense, obviously, you take on that consciousness, you add that to yourself, as if you are that, and these are limitations. And one of the things I liked when I was living in India and such, and studying the Vedas and doing service, house service, and with my teacher, and what was so interesting about it is people think that people there have a whole lot of gods. It's not really that's the way it is. They're acknowledging the different aspects of the divine, and certain personalities or characters would embody that. Like in Chinese, you have the Buddha, or you would have Kuan Yin. So Kuan Yin would be the feminine divine, and her major quality was compassion and mercy, you see. So that, then, you're not saying, I'm giving my power to this entity. I'm acknowledging that quality within myself, because that also increases the love that I experience, which is the more I let go of all the labels and expectations and envy and all of hatred and anger, all of this. And what happens, it tends to, when you're in a first on love relationship in the beginning, you feel so good because somehow in that situation you open up the wall, the iron wall, like the rib cage holding you back, and when we do that, we feel pain. That's where our pain comes from. And then when the person leaves, we think, oh, I don't have that in me. No, it was you. It wasn't them. And when you let yourself love that, when I love myself, my God presence, my divine mother, I'm loving you because you are part of that. We're already one. We might have different species of body types, just like you can have a dog as a spaniel and a this and a that, and it's really good dog qualities, but they also have different qualities in the way the body looks and appears. But what we are is the same in the heart. Yes, and we're also different. We're not merging into the blob, so to speak. No, we're individuals. And I don't even like the word individual, because if you break it down, it means individual. So it's always trying to keep us, that false mind that keeps this false reality going, that keeps us jerked around, hating ourselves, hating others, fearing others. And what you do is whoever you are afraid of, you hate. And whoever you hate, you're afraid of, because you're giving them the power that says they have more power than you do to determine your experience. So we're always giving it out over there, and all the money spent on cosmetics, and all the money all of the stuff, for all the outer that is temporary. Well, what we need to do is invest in what we really desire. be happy, to have peace of mind. But and all of that, doesn't that tell you? Yeah. So increase your self-love by letting go of those labels. I don't care if they called you stupid, ugly, this, that. Those are words. And all those words we believe that other people have said as if they were true and real and we agreed, these are just sounds that we've given meaning to. And when we hear the sound, it triggers all of that within ourselves, in our very being, and we've manifested it, we've created it, because that's who we are. That's what we do. Yeah. And the love, you are love. And it doesn't come from trying to get it. Because that's self-abuse. That's ignorance at the highest level. You can't get it. And you can't lose it. Own it. Be it. Increase your self-love, and when you do, you're loving everyone, because we're loving the presence, the divine, our old beingness, our home, and who we are. So when you increase your self-love, your love for all increases. And what is the mark of a true divine being? You endeavor for the welfare, happiness of all living entities.